Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of the Triple B Experience. I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer, and I never thought in my wildest dreams that this would ever happen. But the gods have shined down upon thee. So we have a great interview tonight with this guest. He is a trainer, and if you don't like his training abilities, you better go to another school because he will train you to be the best you possibly can be. Okay. He's also an owner. He's also a promoter and owner of the company called Imagine Wrestling. And he's been wrestling for over maybe 2 decades, and he's still wrestling. And he's still putting the boots on. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and pleasure, which I never thought this was ever going to happen. So we're probably going to shake the pillars of Western Pennsylvania independent wrestling, probably. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to the show is Ken Downs, otherwise known as Kato.
Bubba, thank you. Hi, Bubba. How are you tonight? Thank you for having me, man. This is great. What a shock for the wrestling community to see the two of us on the same screen, right?
I'm waiting for the electricity to go, and I'm waiting for the tree to collapse into my house right now.
Yeah, no. Hey, I think I told you this in private, but I'll say it in public now. I know sometimes I make you mad, but I've always looked at you as a big brother, and it's my job as the little brother to needle you and aggravate you and make you mad sometimes.
Well, but I think it's our different philosophical approach on how we love this business.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And we do have a common goal because you've been in this business how long totally?
I started training in September of 1999, so it'll soon be 26 years.
Ooh, wow. And you are still lacing up the boots.
Not as frequently, but occasionally, yes. I think I've got maybe 3 more matches in me. That's sort of my mental goal right now.
Okay, well, I'm going to go off of that. So you have 3 matches in
my mind right now, yeah.
Okay, is there certain individuals that you haven't faced or you already have faced in these 3 matches to give them one more option to face you in the ring?
Well, based on what's happening at Imagine Wrestling, I feel like at some point I'm going to have to fight David Lawless in a wrestling ring. His very first match that he ever had was against me. And, part of me would love to be the guy that retires that guy. I think it'd be a nice story for him to lose on the way in and lose on the way out to me.
Well, and also everybody in the world wants to punch an attorney right square in the mouth.
That's
so
right.
Everybody will probably back you up if that match becomes. And we had a couple years ago, I've had Lawless on the show, to do an interview, but now I believe he is just thinking he's all that in a bag of chips.
Well,
so
he's here's the problem with Lawless.
Okay.
He's incredibly smart.
Mm-hmm.
Way smarter than a hillbilly from the mountains like me. And he's big. I mean, he's a big, strong dude. So at some point, when we get to that point, it's going to be a challenge. There's no doubt about it. He's an incredibly gifted in-ring wrestler and a smart. I mean, I don't know how to say. He's probably the smartest wrestler I've ever met in my whole life.
Okay, but you're not intimidated by him one bit because he's smarter?
I'm too dumb to be intimidated. I mean, us mountain folk, we don't have that in us. You know that, Bubba.
Yeah. Yes, I'm just bullheaded. So I don't know. You might be a little bullheaded. But so that's one of the matches that you might have.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're this company that you have actually built, it's on your back, and you have other people helping you out. How long has Imagine Wrestling been going, and why did Imagine Wrestling come to be?
Well, it started in 2019, or actually technically 2018. I had been pushing around the idea about it for years. We'd shut down KCW in Altoona in 2009, and I would just burn out. I was doing everything myself, and I put out a feeler on social media. Hey, would anybody be interested in maybe partnering up to do wrestling again? And then right away, a fella named Jeremy Chaplin, who he trained to ref with me for a while, and he had trained to wrestle for a little bit, but it just wasn't for him. But he's always been he did our website for a long time. Always been a guy that's I certainly consider Jeremy a friend, and he said I'm in right away. And then the next one, I don't even know if it was 2 hours later, Mike Lettieri, who I barely knew at the time, who now I would consider one of my best friends in the world. Like I really think a lot of Mike, but when I started, we didn't know each other, and then so he got a hold of me pretty quickly. And then I think maybe a day later, Donnie, who Donnie super well, we've known him for a long time. He's ring announcer, always in a good mood. He seems like that Donnie, and so he came on board as well. You said I have this thing on my back, but I do take a lot of this on myself, but that's no fault of theirs. I wouldn't be able to do this Imagine Wrestling thing. Jeremy has since left, and he sold his part of the company to David Lawless, but.
Ouch. That's not good.
No, it is not good.
Damn.
But he's been no help. But I can tell you, Mike and Donnie, they have been fantastic. I mean, there wouldn't be an Imagine Wrestling without the two of them listening to me bitch about specific things from time to time.
God bless them.
Yeah,
listen to you, bitch.
I think the same thing about my wife. I think the same thing about my kids. I think the same thing about Mike and Donnie. Like, I don't know how anybody puts up with me. I can't put up with myself.
Well, I know Jeremy's a great dude because we went down to the Ben's last game there at Pittsburgh. He rode down with me, great dude. And then Donnie doing your announcing, and working, in front of the crowd. It's something he always wanted to do. I mean, and he's doing it well. And Mike just seems like he's the silent thoroughbred workhorse, the Clydesdale maybe in your company.
Dude gets a lot of stuff done behind the scenes. Every time you see a name rolling through this area, it's because of Mike. He takes care of. He makes sure our posters are where they need to be. He makes sure that all the merch is in line. All the guys like and respect Mike. Mike is Mike and Donnie are.
I fucking love Mike. We've chatted for many years, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, and much respect. And if he was on this show, I say it to his face as I would anybody else. You know what I mean?
Mike on the show. That's the other thing about Mike. He has no like it on being in front of people, in front of the camera. He's Mike is Mike, man. He's got his way about him, and
he doesn't need to come on because they got you, being the outspoken individual that you are, and you have to be when you have a company that you goddamn know well is probably one of the best in Western Pennsylvania.
No, I do agree with that. I don't want to sound egotistical or braggadocious, but I do believe in our product a lot. I believe in our process as far as the school, and I believe in our talent. I'll tell you what, Bubba, these guys that have come through and have come through our school, I'm talking about the Braden Elliott's, the Jake Wiley's, the Malachi Gages, the James Rosses. You combine that with some of the old school KCW guys, your Lucy DeVere's and Jimmy the Hippies. Like, you combine that with that, and then we have an influx of outside talent from guys like Glenn Spector have trained, and you've got guys that Chris LaRusso trained. I mean, we've got some guys that Rise has trained, Brandon K down there. I am very happy with our talent pool. I consider our school really great, but there's some great ones in Western PA as well that are turning out some good guys, and we're fortunate enough to not have enough heat with anybody else that we can use some of them as well.
I honestly don't think you have any heat with anybody. Well. Sometimes your personality. I mean, we're you know how it is. But also too,
I've had some plenty not so friendly things to say about promoters and wrestlers that maybe aren't putting in the work to be properly trained through the years. And it's hard for me to ever think that I'm going to back down from that stance.
Well, I know you're not going to, because that has been one of your stances for a very, very long time. And that's mine too. I mean, I am never going to put anybody in a ring that I don't think is professionally polished. And anybody could say whatever they want to say about me. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
See, I'm the one swearing now, because then I get a little hostile. But you know what I mean? Because running a company is very, very hard. And if anybody wants to do it, go put your money into it, go do it. And you know how hard it is. And to do a school, now, how long has your school been around, and where is your school located?
We started the school in December of 2018. It's right at 3007th Avenue, Altoona. It's on the second floor in a big warehouse. It is, as far as the facility itself, it's far and away the nicest place I've had for a school. It's inside it's well lit and it's safe, and we have your old ring.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So,
but that thing has been through this test of time. It's been everywhere.
A long time for sure.
I mean, I got it in 2005.
Okay, so 20 years old now.
Yeah, and if that ring could tell stories, it would be doing its own podcast.
There you go. Hey, whenever you're tired of having the ring you have now, I need a new collection. You look me up.
You know what? I like I told you off camera when we was at that wedding reception, it was a one and done. This year I'm only doing that one show we just had. It was 100 degrees that day. Look, it's very, very tough for myself and for Tammy, my wife, to actually do stuff. I unloaded a ring by myself. My poor wife had, that's just how we are. And I'm not doing it no more. And you're like, Bubba, you're crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't or couldn't. So I don't blame.
So yeah, so maybe one a year for me is fine. But I like to help other companies, and I like to keep, knowing what's going on is fine, and being able to help people. But also too, speaking of the training school, so how, if a Joe Schmo off the street, goes to one of your shows and is like, hey Kato, I'd like to be trained to become a professional wrestler, what would you tell him?
Come for a tryout. That's all I would say. It wouldn't matter, big, tall, heavy, thin, wouldn't matter. None of that matters to me. I just want guys that want it badly and are willing to work hard. You don't have to be a great athlete. We will teach you how to do this very well. And I genuinely believe anybody that wants to work hard, and that's the key part, anybody that wants to work hard can do that. And I think we have an example of that coming up this Saturday with a young man named Extraordinary Xavier Deuce. For those that may not have seen anything of our content, we have a young man. He's only 20 years old, but he is autistic, and he is going to make his debut this Saturday night in Altoona. And no matter what you may think, this kid, while he, I don't want to sound rude, or the way he processes information is different than other people.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I can tell you, this kid is an amazing athlete. I mean, he is as strong as an ox, in fantastic physical shape, probably about 6'2", 240 pounds. I mean, he is if you just saw him walking down the street, you would say, yeah, I believe that kid's a pro wrestler, because he looks the part, and he is like a savant, man. He understands, he loves wrestling with all of his heart, and he understands it. He's frenetic and he's wild, and he is going to be a handful in the ring because he is double tough. But we're blessed to have Xavier. I know sometimes it's a frustrating process to train him, and I know some of the guys get a little frustrated with them sometimes.
They have to, but the guys that are getting frustrated have to realize it's a different animal. And I know a little bit about that stuff, and you have to think outside the box, and you have to open. And if guys are listening, you have to open up and be more compassionate. You can't be whatever, because it's a work in progress. Just in life in general, with that kind of situation, everything is a little different than it would be for me and you. So just, if the guys are listening, just take it slowly and just realize that you're helping somebody out, and it's an experience to help somebody out in that nature.
He's and if he does well in this Rumble, he is 100% going to have a singles match in August. So
okay,
this isn't just a one-off or a gimmick. This kid is going to be a professional wrestler.
Okay. So how many do you have? Like, if they come, they do the tryout, and they like it, and they're accepted into your JoJo, what do they have to do to get to where they need to be?
Honestly, just put in work. The training is difficult. It's more difficult now, physically and mentally, than it's ever been at any point. We have taken huge pieces of information from Dr. Tom Pritchard, who, for anybody that may not know, is the absolute best professional wrestling trainer in the world. Our curriculum is highly based on, we've had him at our school 6 or 7 times. We've been to his school before. I think that he is one of the smartest professional wrestling trainers that has ever lived. And so I take my cues from his teaching. And, and beyond that, there's little things that we've picked up from Shane Douglas, because we've had him in there 4 times. We've had Ricky Morton in our school twice. We've had Al Snow in there. We've had Tom Brandy in the school. We had Dominic DiNucci in our school twice. How many places can say that? I mean, he's passed out.
Not many.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Dominic DiNucci is the trainer of Shane Douglas and Mick Foley. So to have him in there was a blessing. I'm just trying to think. There's so many guys. We've had so many guys.
Well, I mean, just when you said Dr. Tom, and that comes because, I mean, I had a seminar with Dr. Tom, and I have the utmost respect for him. And I met him again years later in a hospital room when a certain individual was never going to run wrestling again. And, Dr. Tom said, don't do it. And I asked him why he never did a school. And he told me that everybody wants to be John Cena after one training seminar. That's why he didn't do it. But now he's got a school down in Tennessee. He comes up to your place when he can. He's giving back. And I don't understand it, why people that don't have the expertise or the time or the training, when you do bring these guys in, they don't show up.
Great question. I don't have the answer to that. I think that I think part of it's me. I think that I don't have the best temperament toward people that don't work hard, or don't put in the effort to be as good at this as possible. And I think I have that reputation. We've had some guys that have left a certain other school and then came to us, and they're like, I thought I wouldn't be able to train with you because everybody said you're such an a-hole and you're such a jerk all the time. And I don't know. I'm nice as the day is long to people that I feel like put in a hard day's work. Not everybody has to work as hard as me, or say Braden Elliott, who's like a maniac, or Gorgeous Gregory, who just lives in a wrestling ring. Not everybody has to be that, but I have to feel like you're giving your personal best effort. And that's the easiest way to get over with me. Are you working to your best effort, mentally and physically? And if that answer is yes, then you and I can get along.
Okay. I got some questions here that we'll read. Craig from Patton. Craig's a good dude. He's
Patton Frodo.
Oh yeah. People like your Wednesday show.
I appreciate that. We have some. I talked about carrying the load, but and I mentioned some of these guys that are wrestling on Wednesday night. Geez Louise, we have these core guys that have been with me for 5 and 6 years, and then we have some new guys that are trying really hard. Magnus Knox and some of these guys that are trying really hard and getting where they need to be. I'm very happy with the Wednesday shows. The thing I'll say,
that come out of COVID, right? Because of COVID, and you did that, and you still kept doing it. And me, sometimes I have a little different philosophical stuff because I try not to. I would not give a lot away, but sometimes you don't. You know what I mean? You want people to come to your shows, but also too, you're making it where people can pay and do whatever. So you're making that, and if they can't make your shows, they still get to see the product once they are on the subscription list or whatever it is like that.
Well, we have enough subscribers too, just by watching. We're making money on the show. I mean,
Okay.
the shows are making money. The Wednesday shows are making money. The subscribers is making money. All those clips that we're sharing on social media are making money. I can't believe someone else hasn't ripped off my business model, because it's the school is stayed open for a long time, not based on training money, because we went a long time without any new trainees, but now we have 5 brand new ones that have started in the last 6 weeks. But
oh wow, that's pretty good.
It's been a pretty good little run here. But for a while, the Wednesday shows was paying for the to keep the doors open there. So I can't believe someone else hadn't said, hey, you know what, we can tape in front of nobody and keep this thing going. And I like to be intellectually challenged as well, to try to write something compelling on Wednesday and then also have something compelling on Saturday as well. So my daughter seems to think I'm on the autism spectrum, and she's an occupational therapist, so I may take her word for it.
So that's you getting the stuff on Wednesday, and it's just you, nobody else. Oh, okay. Then that's hard too, because you don't want anybody putting any ingredients into your stew, do you?
Well, we know if we're baking a pumpkin pie that, like, if I tell, let's say, for example, I tell Malachi Gage, by the end of this month, I will have wanted you to create a pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi Gage has enough sense to say, okay, so I'm going to add crust. I'm going to add this much pumpkin to it, this much sugar. So there is some leeway in it, as long as everybody remembers at the end of the day, we're getting to a pumpkin pie without breaking kayfabe too much.
Okay. No, so you'll listen a little bit more, because I've known you a long time. If it's not your way, or it's the highway.
Sure. You know what I mean? Also understand that I've amassed a team around me now.
Okay.
That all understands we're trying to get first downs and we're trying to get touchdown. We don't have any superstars that in the middle of the football game are saying, I'm going to hit a home run.
Okay. I like that analogy.
Everybody understands we're a running team that occasionally passes, and we're not playing a different sport altogether in the middle of this football game.
Okay.
I don't know how to say it without breaking too much kayfabe here.
But no. I just want to, how you gear up and do stuff, because there is a lot of people that don't want to come to your school because they're intimidated, or they just don't like you. But also too, they got to get over it, because if you're the company that you have, the guys that you have put out are very good. And there's some of them that I booked, and I appreciate that. And I didn't know much about Gorgeous Gregory, but I tell you right now, he's he's just super upstanding dude. And just the respect, and that's what I look at. I look at the respect and how it is. And the guys that came from your dojo that have been training and been out and about are very, very respectful.
I've said this a few times about a few guys that I've trained, and I haven't been right yet, but I'm just going to say it again, because I genuinely believe this in my heart. Gorgeous Gregory is going to make it. I
believe so too. I'm throwing a little bit of stuff out there. This guy that you've trained, and he's been other places, won titles everywhere else. grabbing a piece of steel off my wrestling ring and putting it in the truck.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. I got some wrestlers that are whoop-de-doo. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good thing that I'm not full time. You know what I'm saying? But I see stuff, and there's like Braden, and I mean, I know the Rad Boys to me were one of the greatest tag teams I've ever seen in my entire life, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with them too. I have no idea. Okay, and booking them separately was a chore because now they don't like each other. So I don't have any idea. That's all you. I do it, sporadically. I got through it. I'm happy I got through it, but it's something that I miss those two together, but it's never going to happen, and they hate each other, and I have no idea.
They were special together. They are special apart.
Right.
I don't want to break Jake Wiley's whole thing, but he's also a special human being. So, as is Braden, they're special human beings that if I were to suddenly win $1 billion and I was going to start a serious national promotion, I would want Jake Wiley and Braden Elliott on my team.
I would too, and I have. And the people that I have on the APWF is people that I truly, truly wanted. And those two I truly, truly wanted. And they are respectful. Now they hate each other. You know what I mean? I kept them in two different locker rooms so I didn't have to, you know what I mean? So, and
it is weird, for a long time, for 3 years, where you saw one, you saw the other.
Yeah.
Now
you don't man, it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's tight. They took the air right out of me because I didn't see it. You see it more than I do. I didn't see it. So I seen them individually and I was like, wow. But individually, they're still good too. And Gregory
I've enjoyed the growth from both of them since the Rad Boys have split up. I think they've been fantastic. There's other guys I'd like to talk about, as well. I mean, James Ross, Malachi Gage is a guy you don't book, but Bubba, you need to. That guy is so good. He is unbelievable.
I like him. I like his get up. I do. It's just that I just like I like gimmick wrestlers with the gimmick still on, if you know what I'm saying.
Block that out. Watch him wrestle.
I have. Most of the guys you have. That Ross kid too. I watch Wednesdays, right? When I can. One
of the best promos in independent wrestling is James Ross. I mean,
well, that says it from the people that are wrestlers in your Imagine wrestling company, and some people are getting other places, and that's great. Some people just, look, I'm here and I just want to do this, and that's cool too. Yeah, and that's the options that you got. So you got 6 new training, and so your class is probably packed now because you got 6. You don't want to have any more. What's a perfect
6 is good. 6 is good.
Okay.
Ava Potter recently started training with us as well, so we kind of have our first girl training with us, which is fun as well. I mean, I've trained women before too, so it's it's good. I mean, it's all good, and I can tell you that more recently, Braden and Jake Wiley have taken a bigger piece of the training, take the pressure off of me. This is where I always wanted to be, where we have guys like those two and Malachi Gage stepping up and training a little more, and me coming in to finish, because they know those guys have heard it from me, all this stuff 5,000 times now. So they know what needs to be done and what needs to be said. And they're doing a great job right now. I mean, I'm there with them every step of the way, but they're really doing a great job. And these guys that we have right now, if they work hard and stick with it, they are going to be, they're going to be the guys we have coming. They're going to be something.
When's the school open up? Is it open every day, or is it
Thursday nights and Sunday mornings?
Ooh, Sunday mornings.
10 a.m.
Whoa, that's dedication. So if the guys are working Saturday night, if they're on a show, That's dedication being there at 10 on a Sunday.
Well, yeah, it is. It is. But I can tell you that the Steelers are often on at 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
and
I know. Yeah.
I got to be home for that. I hate to be that way. I see something named Mr. Quake is in your chat here.
Yeah,
early 30s, still coachable.
Well, then, Mr. Quake, if you're local in the Altoona area, I know you're always on my show and stuff like that, but he's looking, and if anybody is looking to have a show this Saturday, let's talk about this show coming up this Saturday, as I'm looking for the graphics, as I always do, the 19th at the Juniata Association Center, Civic Center. That you guys have been running that place for how long?
Since March of 2019.
And it's a nice place. It's people know in Altoona where to go. So
That's
how many
cool kind of vibe. Bubba, we have 3 matches. We have a heavyweight title match. We have Gorgeous Gregory versus David Lawless. And then we have the Rumble match where we have 30 guys that are going to be in this Rumble.
Oh, nice. Okay. Now, is the Gavel and Gregory, is that a stipulation match or?
It is. Yeah. So so last month, Gregory managed to pick up a win over David Lawless via a little handful of tights. It was a little tit for tat because Lawless had tried a few times initially and it didn't work, and Lawless grabbed the tights, or Greg grabbed the tights. So the match is another match this time, but whoever wins, the loser has to stay there and not fight back for 5 minutes while the winner does whatever they want to them.
Well, that's a new stipulation. Wow.
Yep. Lawless has proclaimed that a few of the things he has planned for Gregory, including shaving Greg's head.
Oh, shit.
Smashing him in the head with a chair. And making him read his latest court, whatever he called it. I don't remember because I'm an old man, but yeah,
wow. Okay. And how long is that stipulation for? 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
That you can do a lot in 5 minutes.
A lot of damage. Now,
wow.
Greg, we haven't heard from Greg. Maybe we'll hear this Wednesday what Greg has planned when he wins for David Lawless. So yeah, I think there's something really fun and different about this. So
I've never heard that stipulation before. I've heard of like 5 minute stipulation. If you win, you would get in the ring with somebody for 5 minutes, but I've never heard of 5 minutes where you could do anything possible that you could do in 5 minutes. And you just said shaving heads and
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a new one. So 3 matches. Tickets are on sale. Probably ringside is probably already gone, I'm sure, because usually that's what happens with your company. Your ringside tickets are gone quick.
Ringside are sold out. We do have a few left on the second row, but they'll be sold out by Wednesday, I would assume. But, it's not a gigantic building. Once we get about 350 people in there, that's about our max. So
that's good, though.
We've had to jam a few more people standing room only a few times in there for that. July has been a great show for us. So, Dean Radford, how are you, buddy? I see you in there.
Hey, Dean.
I would say that it's, I think it's going to be a good night. And I haven't checked the temperature. Hopefully it's not too hot.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, this summer, it crucified me. It did. It was 100 degrees that Sunday, and last week was so crazy. Larry from Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. Larry, what's up? So, yeah, and Jenny says Gregory better win Saturday. Well,
82. It's not going to be real hot.
Nah, that's good.
Calling for rain on Saturday, which will make things even better.
Yep. So you've been at this place for a while. You ventured out to other places. You also run Reynoldsville.
Well, we've switched to Du Bois. I'm going to break some news. I'm going to break news here tonight for the first time. So for the month of August, September, October, and November, you can attend Imagine Live Wrestling in different venues 2 times every month for those 4 months. We have a lot going on. So in August, let me just look it up so I get it correct here. We are going to a music fest in Clearfield for the first time ever. We're going to be at this music fest.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You can go on our social media and get all that information. It's a Thursday night. We're going to be on live at 8:30. And part of that is one of the bands that has made Malachi Gage's music is going to be there. They're the ones who made his music. And we are trying to work it out so that they can play Malachi Gage live to the ring, which I think would be very cool. So we're there, and then we're back in Altoona later in the month in August. And then in September, we're going to do Imagine Live from the Dojo again with fans for the second time ever.
Yeah, how did that go for you the first time?
Stressful, very stressful, but fantastic. I mean, the 40 people that came, because that's all we can fit in that tiny building is 40 people. Mm-hmm. They came with a positive attitude and a ton of energy. They were incredible. And the guys, all of them, from Jimmy the Hippie down, every one of them, they worked super hard, and it was a great show. DC Bentley was there. I mean, I love DC Bentley. That guy really makes our Wednesday shows, man. I love his energy. It's so infectious.
he's so loud. Like, yeah. I'm a loud person. He is so energetically loud. I think that's the word I'm looking for.
Fantastic. Yeah. So
yeah. So he's actually jumped in the ring lately too.
He is. He's going to be in the Rumble as well. Him and the big star Dave Daniels, if you remember him.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that coming either. Those two, a lot of stuff I did not see. And I thought I was a wrestling connoisseur, and those guys at one time was a great tag team, and now they don't get along. Like, it's like, oh my God, it's like every great tag team after a while they just can't handle it. And wow, the Superstar, I seen a couple of his videos of his promos, and he was always good on the mic, always.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Yeah, he got in a lot better shape the last few years too. So. He's in better shape, which is always good. He's in great cardio shape. A little cardio machine is what he is now.
Oh, wow. I know nothing about that. I have known nothing about that. But we have a couple.
Tell me what cardio was. I had never heard of it.
Okay, Larry. Hopefully you can. I'm going Saturday, Larry. So I want to see these 3 matches. Okay, Dean says. Oh, okay.
That's right. I remember that. Thank you. May I have another? Yep. I remember that angle very well. Howdy, fella. Brandon Pierce, big fan, man. He even got the he's got me and him in his little picture there. Hi, Brandon. How are you?
Yeah, he's everywhere, man. He's everywhere. And that's the fans that you actually enjoy to have, that actually thrive and support independent wrestling. They support you guys. He's come to my shows and supported me, and I appreciate fans like that. It's not about who's better. It's about everybody just – I don't want to run. I would never run on the same day. That's just – I can't do it, And I wish that people – it's hard, but I wish people wouldn't run on the same day, because it's very hard to go to shows if you want to go being a fan. And and money – and their money is very they have to pick and choose where they're going.
Sure. I just want to touch on Brandon real quick, man. I love those guys' energy. His whole family, they are loud from beginning to the end of the show. They are great. They have some. There's the Rowdy Ones group that's right behind them, and they always have a ton of energy. It's like the whole group there. The Rowdy Ones are there. We have lots of great fans. Though. I mean, just the people that we call our imagination. They've become not just fans. A lot of them are friends with now. So
right.
It's really great to have these people. Not just friends of Lucio, I'll say. It's the friends of Imagine Wrestling.
Well, yeah. And does he still have friends? I don't know.
Lucio?
Yeah, does he still have friends?
What's the next question you have for us?
I don't have any.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I have given Lucio a lot of crap through the years.
Right.
But a few years back, he really got himself in a lot better shape. He's, fans love him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Our audience absolutely loves Lucio DeVere. They think a lot of him. And, I'll tell you, he has the sweetest wife. I know he doesn't like us to talk about his wife, but his wife, she is a saint.
Well, yeah, I've only dealt with, we were in a couple movies together, so that's all I got. I've never, well, no, I think I wrestled. No, yeah, I think it was my last match. Yeah, and I'm done. I'm retired, and
I know. I asked you to come in for the Rumble. You didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, Kato. I fell at the movie theater the other day. I missed a step watching Superman, and I took the back bump from hell. So I just want to do this.
Yeah.
I just want to do this and try to help out everybody I possibly can, and that's better. Yeah. If I have to, punch somebody in the mouth, I still could punch somebody in the mouth, but I'm good for about a minute and 20 seconds. That's good.
Okay.
I can't do what you guys, you're training, you've been getting in better shape, you've been lifting, and you've been, watching what you eat and stuff like that. So that is another added bonus.
Honestly, that has nothing to do with wrestling. I just got in better shape because my dad was really deteriorating for quite a few years. He was really in bad health. And so it became a motivation for me to not be 70 and be in the kind of shape that he was in at the time. And my dad has since passed about 6 weeks ago now. And, man, I miss him every day, and I think about him every day. And it's really been a struggle. But I'm going to continue to use his struggles at the end of his life for my own motivation to stay in better shape so that hopefully I don't have to struggle physically the way he did.
Well, and I know your shows, you actually give back to everybody when you have your little bit of positive things that you say on your shows. I mean, I do pay attention. I mean, I'm out and about, so you're trying to inspire other people. And yeah, I'm sure it's rough, and you have my condolences as you had before. And I mean, it's rough, but also too, you're in a different light. You're in better shape. You're in better. It seems like your car is in better working order, if you know what I mean. Like you know what you're doing. You got your company where you need to be. Your training school is up there with everybody or above people, because there's a lot of schools. And if you're going to go to schools, you better go to schools where these guys are coming out, and the guys that are coming out are very respectful, getting booked everywhere, and making a name on the independent circuit all over the East Coast. That's what your guys are doing. Your shows are sold out almost all the time. Like the ringside's already there. It's already sold out. And you're doing double shows. So where do you see yourself, evolving with that you need to evolve any more than where they're at?
Oh, 100%. So I think some of the big things that we want to accomplish in the next year and a half, I would say, Mike and I have talked about this extensively, time and time again, about getting into a bigger building. That's one of the priorities that we want to accomplish in Altoona. I think that running more frequently in DuBois, I think is something we want to explore. We had a great show at the YMCA, and that was 100% because of Donnie. Donnie made that happen. Donnie put in the work to make that show great, and get the sponsors needed for the YMCA to have us, and then for the YMCA to want us back. 100% of that credit goes to Donnie. He made that happen. And then beyond that, I want to continue to expand our talent that we have. I think that we have lots of young guys that are coming up, but man, do we ever? I know I bragged about them earlier, but we have such an incredible, solid base of in-ring guys that are just from Braden down through till we get even to Mason Lawrence, who is one of the man, that kid's got a ton of charisma and a great speaking voice. He's been our regular host. We have Mike Zeke, who I've not mentioned, but has been very solid in his role on Wednesday nights, doing a great job as that's hard too,
doing your shows every Wednesday. And I don't know if they have, you know, a little bit of a script to go off of, or they're doing it ad-libbing. I mean, it's still hard to entertain the masses that they do every Wednesday. It's very hard. Social media stuff is very hard to begin with. Believe me, I know. And to be constant and continuous with running stuff all the time. And it's every Wednesday night at 7, I believe.
7:00. Yep. Live on YouTube every Wednesday. So if there's somebody new that had been there, I see a lot of names I'm familiar with already in here, but if you want to take some time and check it out, it's really great. If not, if you can't have time on Wednesday night, it's up. Like, you can watch all 255 of our episodes right now on our YouTube channel. So you can get caught up. It'll take a long time to get through 155 episodes caught up, but
maybe in a week, take a week off and just watch wrestling.
Yeah, well, there's enough wrestling on TV as it is. Let's too much right now, if you ask me. Between AEW.
Okay, I'm going to ask you. So you think it's too much?
I do. I think it's hard to keep up on WWE, NXT, AEW, New Japan, everything that Impact. I hear all the time right now online, Impact is doing great things. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched Impact. And it's not like I have some big adversity toward Impact, but there just aren't enough hours in a day. And I'm a wrestling guy. I watch a lot of wrestling. I mean, I watched Saturday Night's Main Event. I watched the Women's Evolution pay-per-view last night. I mean,
how did you think of that pay-per-view, that Evolution pay-per-view?
Thought it was great. It's so funny how my mind has changed in the last 10 years about women's wrestling. I thought it was just
mine too.
I just thought, I don't want to see it. I don't want it on my TV. And that was very unfair by me, because when they've been given the opportunity to shine, these Io Skys and Rhea Ripley's and, Bailey is incredible. You could name 15 women that are absolutely incredible that are on TV right now. There are so many of them that are so good and they're so special.
Because they can all work, and it's not about the looks now, where 15, 20 years ago, it was they weren't working, they were dressed, scantily, and it was just like for guys to get ratings. That's not the case anymore. The female wrestlers can actually work.
A little bit. That's Tiffany Stratton.
I catch hell because I like Nia Jax. I'm not looking at Nia. I just think Nia, look, things happen, but she has been doing what she needs to do, and she's still a viable part of the WWE. She's still somewhere where I will never, ever be, and most of the people that talk schmack on the internet will never be there either. So
I think she has – I didn't enjoy seeing her on my TV until about the last 9 months. She has dropped significant weight, and it has helped her be much more mobile and safer, which is very important.
Right.
And
and I don't want anybody getting hurt.
I don't turn it off anymore.
Yeah. Well, I catch a lot of heat. So I catch a lot of heat because I've been, start supporter of her. And I'm Io Sky. It was phenomenal. Like, Japanese wrestlers, to me, male or female, are very good. So and I'm just, guy from the sticks. But we do have a couple questions. What about Crusher Red? You're asked.
Boy, I don't know. Crusher Red, maybe he'll make an appearance this Saturday. We'll have to see what happens. I don't know. Crusher Red from Biloxi, Mississippi.
Oh, okay. She tunes in every week. Okay. See, that's your.
All the Blair's they're awesome. Every one of the Blair's are awesome. They come to almost all of our shows, and they have such a great positive energy that they bring to the shows. I love those guys.
That's great when you have fans like that. I remember back in the old days when you had that KCW and you had the CIA and the BIA, and those two the fan fractions would intermix, and they were coming every show. And I mean, that was a long time, but now you got new people coming, and they're bringing their whole family with them. And here is right here.
There he is. Braden Elliott.
Yep, he'll be on Thursday.
Yeah, looking forward. If you guys are interested in what I have to say, make sure you tune in on Thursday night and listen to all that Braden Elliott, man. He won't back down.
That's a good tune. It's a good tune.
And I agree. Honestly,
Okay.
thank you, Derek. I appreciate that. I will say that I love our roster. I love our talent. I wish we had the production value of WWE because their production value is better than anything. I'm talking like NFL or Major League Baseball or anything. Their production value is just out of this world.
But now they're getting a little chintzy because of TKO, I believe. I heard Monday Night Raw was no fireworks; it was like sparklers. So they are cheapening the value a little bit. I just think it's a little different. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, WWE. I mean, I felt bad for Seth Rollins Saturday night, and now tonight is whatever. You know, he was looking at the doctor. That's why but he wanted to see his wife wrestle yesterday. But I guess he's not 100%. So. But before we get out of here, and I appreciate you coming on because I know you're very, very busy. And
anytime, man, you look for a guest, you're short on people, you look me up.
Oh, I just love. Well, you guys came and I love that. So I mean, it's easy because you know what you're talking about, and nobody ever thought this was ever going to happen anyway. So I think it's funny. But the two of us have. We think the same sometimes, but sometimes we have different ways on thinking it.
Well, because I told you, I sometimes think you're too nice, Bubba. You don't agree, but I think you're one of the nice. You and Mike Lettieri put on this big show of like the meanest men that ever lived, but in your heart, you're like the softest dudes. Like you're not soft in a bad way. Like you would give anybody the shirt off their back and maybe sometimes believe a sob story that wasn't.
Well, I give opportunities, and sometimes the opportunities are good and sometimes they're not. And I give I just can't. And sometimes I know I need to be a prick. You know what I mean? It's about respect for me. Sometimes I don't get I'm not asking people to kiss my ass, but honestly, if I'm booking you and paying you, at least, shake my hand and say thanks. I mean, and if I don't get that, I ain't fucking booking you no more. Right. You can say whatever you want. I don't need to run anymore. I don't need to do any of this. You know what I mean? It's about respect.
I want people around. That's. I mean, I certainly have that same feeling of I want people around me that are team players. I don't want a bunch of guys that have to question everything. I hope at this point, within my group, I've earned enough equity with them to show them that I really do have everybody's best interest in heart. It may not be, God, I hate to break kayfabe, but you may not be winning tonight, but it's not because I hate you or you're bad at wrestling. I'm a storyteller. I'm a long-term guy. I'm a planner and I'm a schemer, and I want to tell good stories. And I don't want guys around me that are gonna argue all the time or say I'm not doing business with that guy, or I want to do this. I mean, you're just bad at wrestling if you do that.
Well, and coming from me, because I'm retired, but realistically, I mean, I never won all the time anyway, and that was best for business. So me losing all the time was best for business, and in my neck of the woods, because it was sympathetic, and I really didn't want to win because it didn't matter, it didn't mean anything. But I just feel it's a different world out there now. Social media is very, very predominantly whatever now, in a good and bad way. We didn't have that when we were wrestling. We didn't have this stuff.
Thank God.
I mean? Well, it's a double-ended sword. It could have got us out there further. You know what I mean? But
I don't know. I remember wrestling in front of some pretty big crowds on shows with you and against you. I mean, there was ways around it. I remember having a cage match with you in Altoona at a gigantic building that was absolutely packed to the brim. The largest house we'd ever had in Altoona to that point was Bad Bubba Brewer versus Kato in a cage.
But that was the story that was told because of how it went. It took months and months and months to build that. But I never once went to you and say, hey, this is how it's going to be. I wish.
Yeah, you cheated on my anniversary show. You cheated. You used fake blood to win the heavyweight title for me.
I know.
At my own anniversary show, I couldn't.
Well, I even beat up your wife, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't even care. They hated me so bad but the still, to me, and I'm not kissing. That was to me my greatest feud was with you.
I agree.
mean,
I agree.
yeah, and probably in and out of the ring too. Probably, I don't know, but
well,
you know what I mean. But,
I think you've been mad at me a lot more than I've been mad at you. I think that's fair because
maybe maybe
I get mad very suddenly, and then 98% of the time, like I get over it.
I'm Italian. It fucking lives with me, and then Tammy tells me the same thing. And then both of us have wives named Tammy, and they probably tell us. She tells me you need to knock it off and get over stuff. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't, but she's like, you need to. But also too, I mean, it was the stuff that me and you had was money. The feud that we had was great.
I don't know if you remember, but the second match I ever had my whole life was against you. It was at the building in Punxsutawney. It was January of 2000.
That's when you were Casanova Kato with your cape.
Yeah. Street Fighter Ken Kato, they called me for some reason. I don't know.
Well, no, that was Lash, probably.
No, it was Charlie Manson came up with that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Street Fighter Ken Kato.
I miss him. Dude. He was yeah, Charlie's a great guy. Yeah, but before we get out here, I got 5 questions for you. People, get your tickets. Is it imaginewrestling.com for tickets?
Yes, imaginewrestling.com.
Okay.
Or there'll be tickets available at the door as well. We encourage people just to
and the
show
door
up
opens up.
6
show start 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the matches start right at 7.
And there's only 3 matches, and it's the big giant Rail City Rumble.
Yep. The show will run about 2 hours between the.
God bless you. God bless you. Those are the best to run. 2-hour shows are great. So
I agree.
Before I get out of here, I got 5 questions I always ask wrestling people, but I try to ask them a couple questions. Your favorite wrestler of all time?
For a lot of years I said it was Shawn Michaels, but in recent years I've decided to be very honest and tell people the truth. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin, because there's never been a time in my life when wrestling would come on and I was more excited than when Stone Cold Steve Austin was on top.
I just watched Stone Cold, him and Shawn Michaels take the title off of Davey Boy and Owen Hart today. So that must be, yeah. Okay, your favorite tag team of all time?
As I've got older, of course, I've fallen in love with the Midnight Express. Their work was so incredible, but I would say my favorite tag team of all time, probably when I was a kid, it was the Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. I really loved those guys. I thought they were just the coolest thing ever.
Okay. So when you and your wife, Tammy, go out to eat, what is your favorite food that you order off the menu?
Chicken wings. I could eat wings 5 days a week. I love wings.
What kind of wings?
Hot wings.
All hot? You do ranch or blue cheese? Nothing.
Neither. Yeah.
Oh.
I just hot wings. Just the hot sauce on them.
Okay. One word to describe you. You describe it, not anybody else.
How I would describe myself in one word: unlovable.
That's probably just by a few people. I was thinking more passionate, probably.
Yeah.
That's just my.
How about unlikable? I don't like myself. Yeah, I don't like myself. So, yeah, that's just my own insecurities, I think. But I'll try to give a more politically correct answer. How about driven?
Okay, well, that is too, because you're still you took time out of KCW. You had a little hiatus. You did this Imagine Wrestling. You're still doing it. You guys now are looking at, as you broke the news, going twice a month here in the DuBois area, still at Altoona, and you're going to Clearfield. Mm-hmm. And when is the Clearfield date? Is
August the 7th. It's a Thursday night.
Okay. And I know we didn't get into other stuff about everybody running on the same day and all that stuff, and people
it out here though. I mean, we're not, we're not competing against Rise or IWC
Right.
or RWA. Like, we're not competing against them. We're drawing different audiences.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're talking about they've had so many names in Altoona now.
Oh,
Phoenix Pros. Is that it? No, they have a new name now. 814 Wrestling. Yeah, if you're talking about them, I know it sounds awful to say, but I try not to think about them at all.
right.
I do think they're doing something completely different than what we are.
Mm-hmm.
And my days of disparaging them are completely over. I just don't have.
Well, you're putting your strengths into actually your product and actually getting it bigger and better and stuff like that. Because I mean, just take it from me. When I have got back into this business, it's very hard. And Tammy is like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that when you wanted to get back in this, it wasn't that many federations." I was like, and I counted you guys and IWC and Rise, and really that's all I really counted. And all of a sudden, there's 10 more. I just think there's too much saturation, and I know you're gonna yell at me or whatever because I always think about that big giant show where everybody will get along, and that is going to be my undoing. But maybe one day.
I just don't have interest in working with those guys in particular. There's a few. There's maybe a company in Lewistown. There's a company in Clearfield, and I'm not gonna run them down or belittle them. They just do something different than what we do. I would work with Brandon and Rise 7 days a week. I think a lot of Brandon.
Great company.
Derek is great. I know there's been people through the years that aren't real thrilled about Derek and RWA, but I don't have anything bad to say. In fact, I have good things to say about the time I spent with Derek. I really had fun with him.
I never worked with him, but I had a bad taste in my mouth.
And that's fine. And I understand that. And that's fine. Other people have too. All I could do is speak to what my situation was with him.
Right.
We had one sort of weird falling out that I don't think was his fault. It was others on his roster, which I've since made up with, and so it doesn't matter. But like, man, holding there's.
I don't hold. I'm trying to be better. Not to hold grudges, but I would never go up to somebody, and I don't think you ever did too, or ever. I never went up to somebody and try to chop them in the chest.
No,
I've never done that. I shake people's hands. And I hug people that I truly admire and I love and like. Okay, but I would never, and that's what happened to me. I didn't appreciate that. And honestly, I would have laid him out. I didn't appreciate that. And he did it in front of my stepdaughter at 9 years old at the time. You know what I mean? I don't know what he was trying to do, but I just don't.
I get it. I'm not going to tell you to let go of that. I'm just going to tell you.
No, I let go and move on. I've been to a show before. I just don't have any time for him. And I know I'm bringing stuff on here, not to get ratings or whatever. I'm just talking because honestly, I don't care. You know, I mean, my show is my show and I do whatever. But I would never, ever do that. I would shake people's hands.
I get that. And I would do the same. I would hope I would always do the same. Unless it's a friend, somebody I dearly know, I might mess with them a little bit, but to somebody I don't really know very well, I wouldn't do that. I can say, like, my experience with Derek is he is an eccentric guy. I'm an eccentric guy, so
maybe I'm not. I don't know.
You are, Bubba. I'm gonna tell you again. You're a sweetheart of a human being.
That's a T-shirt slogan right there.
Yeah, man, you can't have no shirts with that. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, But before I get out of here, I want to say this. I appreciate you coming on and taking your time because you are very busy. I'm going to come up and enjoy the show because it's been a while since I've been there. And, a big shout out to, I don't know if he's listening, is Mr. World Beater Chris Coleman, who's still recovering. And that was just a sad situation with him, getting hurt like that.
Dude, man, he snapped his Achilles before the match and then wrestled 10 minutes after that. You want to talk about a tough guy and a real man? Yep. You were talking about Chris Coleman, and I can't wait to have him back. I've said this to you privately, and I'm going to say it publicly, and I said it to him in not so many words, but Chris Coleman run last year as the heavyweight champion. He was the best heavyweight champion Imagine Wrestling has ever had. I mean, we had, and that's not like, I'm talking from the metric that really matters, and that's viewership on our live shows and attendance at our Saturday shows. He was the best heavyweight champion that we've had.
I have the utmost respect for Chris in and out of the ring. And I don't know.
I hope
Yeah, I know you do too. And for me and my company, I don't know if people like he's the one he's the one that takes care of my situations in my company when I don't want to, because he's the booker. And if they got to get through him to get to me. And if they can't work, sorry guys, if you can't work, he's not booking you anyway. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, hopefully he comes back. Because there was some stuff I wanted to do with Chris too, and it didn't happen. And it, God has other plans, but it is what it is. And I do appreciate your staff, because a lot of guys from your company came down to my show, and I appreciate that.
One last person I've got to thank before I'm said and done here, because I thanked all these wrestlers. I thanked Mike and Donnie. I cannot emphasize this enough. None of me happens without Tammy Jo, my wife. She lifts just as much heavy stuff as I do. She does just as much to help me get ready for the shows. She works hard at the shows. She keeps me sane at home, which is a struggle. That woman, I talked about Lucio's wife being a saint. My wife is a saint for putting up with the bullshit that she's had to put up with 31 years. She is a saint. So I want to publicly thank her as well.
Well, with a name like Tammy, it has to be good, because I mean, I know the same thing. Mine's the same way, and she didn't know much about this. She knows more about the wrestling business than people give her credit for. I will say that, my wife, because she's been with me for 14 years, going to shows and listening to me bitch and complain, in a good way and a bad way. But I can't wait for Saturday night.
I wouldn't have been able to make it through this thing with my dad without my wife Tammy. She's really, because it's a struggle, man. I hope everybody has to go through it, but I wouldn't wish it on very many people.
No. But the thing is, though, you actually, in your time, you actually do stuff to actually help people out in your kind of way with your show, and actually talking to people at your show. So, because people come up to you and they, it's, a handshake and thank you. And you know what I mean? That means a lot to people.
Well, it means a lot to me. I mean, we wouldn't be able to have wrestling shows without people coming and buying a ticket. I mean, it's, as you know, running shows, it's expensive running a building. It's expensive paying for advertising. It's expensive paying for wrestlers. It's expensive, paying for a doctor. It's expensive. And, for us, I can tell you, like, we've not made any money from this yet. I've been at it for 6 years now. We're not losing money. And I'm not going to lie to people and say there isn't going to be some money there if we were ever decide to close down. But Mike and Donnie and I, we haven't taken money from this. We just put it back in, and we love our fans and we love wrestling, and we're trying to do something good for. My guys hear this all the time in the back, and I tell them almost every show, and maybe they get tired of hearing it, but I'm never going to stop saying it. We provide a service. People, if they have spent their $15 or $20, they are trying to forget about their problems for a little while. They're trying to forget about their worries. It's our job. It's our obligation to help them forget about how negative everything is in the world right now. The news and the way your job is going, and the stress with in relationship. It's our job to help people move past that for 2 hours. And we take that role very seriously. I especially do, how important that stuff is. So I know I took up too much time already, Bubba.
No. What you're saying is absolutely right, because I could piggyback off of that, and for me, it's the same way, and it's very, very hard. And you have a great, great team behind you and beside you. And I have a small, the team that I have, we're all in our late 40s and 50s. So, I mean, it's rough, and I could never do what you do. I'm saying this publicly. I can't do what you do as much as I'd want to. I know I possibly cannot, but up here, I'm always wanting to, but physically and whatever, because you need a good team and you have a great team.
I do.
You know what I mean? But also too, I'm about helping people out. And like I said, if something ever happens where, me and you, both company come together or something like that, I would throw my baton in and I would do some. And then, if that ever happens, I'm doing it. This is publicly too, because nobody's ever heard about it, but I know.
Let's figure it out, but let's make it happen.
I'm you know what I mean? Somewhere where, you know what I mean? Because I have a building down here that's very, very huge.
Let's figure it out. Let's make it happen.
Okay. Well, guys, you heard it. You heard it from the man, Kato, the promoter, the owner, the trainer, the positive influencing guy in Central and Western Pennsylvania, and says I'm a nice guy and I'm going straight to hell. No, but also a Steeler fan too. So do you think the Steelers?
It's you, buddy.
Yeah, well, before you get out of here, what's your record for the Steelers before we get out of here?
9-8. Missed the playoff. That's our life right now.
Don't say that. It was a good show till then.
I love the Steelers. You know that.
I know, but I thought, oh, maybe 10-7.
Life now.
Oh, that's funny. But hey, before we get out of here, everybody, this is this coming up this Saturday night. 3 big, huge matches. The Rail City Rumble will be the main event. Dennis Gregory versus the Gavel David Lawless. And
how about Gorgeous Gregory? Dennis Gregory is somewhere else. And I missed it. You said Denny Gregory. I love that guy. That guy's awesome. I think he's overseas or something now.
He is. Gorgeous Gregory and Dennis Gregory is fighting for our freedom. See, when I don't have a script, everything is raw and uncut.
There you go.
Yeah. So everybody, thank you. Kato, thank you so much for coming on this Thursday with Braden Elliott. He'll be in talking more about the Imagine Wrestling and about himself being the kick-ass wrestler that he is. So, Kato, once again, thank you. You can come on anytime. If you got anything going on, you can, anytime.
I will. Anytime you want me, Bubba. We don't even have to talk about wrestling. I also like movies. I'm a big.
Oh, I know. You go to movies all the time.
I'm a big football guy.
Well, it's expanding. It's expanding here.
Sometimes it would be nice to not talk about wrestling. I don't know what happened for me because that's all I ever talk about. But
right.
It'd be nice sometimes.
Okay, I'll remember that. I got other shows with other days. So okay, cool. Well, thanks everybody, and we are getting out of here. Hit like and subscribe to the Triple B Experience. Catch it in Imagine Wrestling this Saturday night. Catch them Wednesday nights on YouTube at 7 p.m. The only show in town, the only wrestling show that actually does a wrestling show on YouTube.
Oh, Mackenzie makes Imagine Wrestling in Oklahoma. Nice to see that. Thank you. So thank you, Bubba. I appreciate you. Love you like a brother. And it was great catching up with you.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
What do you think? A long one, huh?